How does she come back from everything that goes down in that final episode? How does she come back from this in Gilead?
I don't know, actually. I can't tell you.
And the Lord said, I have seen my people in bondage, and I have heard their cry.
How is Aunt Lydia going to deal with this situation?
That's such a good question. They've hung in there together for a very long time. And what seems like an absurd, odd, if you will, friendship, I think they admire strengths in each other and the vulnerability in each other. It's a very complicated relationship, which is what I love about it.
I think what this year is about June becoming really a fighter, going up against Gilead and actually accomplishing something. She also takes a bullet in her efforts. We have a sense of joy and accomplishment for what she accomplished with those children. And we also have to figure out how to get her out of the well, because at the moment she's in the bottom of a well. But we will. We will.
We always follow June through June's story. In fact, I always feel like we let her lead us. So, the next step after you become a rebel and actually kill people and shed blood and have people shed blood for you, then whatever comes after that is her next step.
Is there one thing you really want to make happen in season 4?
Hannah. Yeah, I think it's time.
I was going to say, we didn't get much Nick this season, but some people are wondering, is she sticking around for Hannah, for Nick, for both?
Twofer. She's sticking around for Hannah. Yeah. I actually think that it was an interesting move to kind of not make it about a love story. And I think it was actually interesting that we kind of put that to the side. At the same time, I love the Nick-June relationship as much as anyone, if not more. So I miss Nick too. I think he should come back.
This is your chance to be a father to our daughter.
Could we see more Nick in season 4?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I saw enough of him this year either. Max is terrific, such a wonderful actor, and we love having him in the show. And it's just, as I said, you follow June, and the ebb and flow of that sometimes leads you away from all the stories you want to tell. But yes, he's both Nick and Max are a favorite of ours as well.
And he's intimately involved in where Serena's story is going, so we got that to play with, good or bad.
You forced your driver to impregnate Miss Osborne so you could claim their resultant child.
Nick and Alfred had a relationship.
It's still a rape. Mrs. Waterford.
What do you want to see for Rita in season 4?
I really want to see that first initial conversation with the Waterfords when we're on an even playing field right now. When there's finally no hierarchy or roles. I want to see how that conversation goes, because we've learned that Rita has such an empathetic heart, and I'm wondering if it will turn now that she doesn't have to be as empathetic anymore, or I wonder if someone's going to get punched.
What is the number one question you want answered in season 4?
Who's my cellmate? I hope it's not a big burly chap that has predispositions like Christopher Maloney's characters.
Could be an asset.
I think Fred and Serena certainly have a lot of stuff to work out in their marriage, and there's enough people up there that there are strong stories coming out there. And also, I think the show kind of has an obligation to represent an accurate refugee experience, because so many of our characters are either trapped or they're going to be refugees. So those are only two choices. So you really have to represent that option as a true option of what it's really like.
Are we going to be exploring Canada a lot more?
Well, we have a lot of characters who are in Middle America, and they've found some peace, but they've also found that Gilead stays within you, and you have to carry that forward. And just because you are in Canada to start the year, I don't know, doesn't mean you'll stay there.
Luke. Yeah.
You're Luke. It's really good to meet you. She did this. June. Your June. She did this.
I also am hoping that there's going to be some sort of coup, like in Canada, that we go and try to get her out, because I know that we're all connected now, all of our characters, so I hope that we're going to have a gang and try to smuggle her out on our end.
Do you think there's ever a world where Lydia flips to the other side?
You know, it wouldn't surprise me, I gotta tell you, because she didn't come from there. She didn't come from Gilead, you know? She was a teacher. She loves children. Has she kept that space where love could happen safe? And can we somehow get back?
It feels like we are really moving ahead here. So is there an end game in sight, kind of a final plan in place, or is it still taking June's story one season at a time?
I definitely have possible end games in sight. But, you know, when they're all going to coalesce into kind of a finished episode and something you can put nicely on the shelf next to your copy of Handmaid's Tale.
Take a nice deep breath. Really, darlings, nice deep breath. It's all going to be fine. And we'll get there somehow. And we'll be waiting for you next season. And thank you for being so wonderful. Such wonderful fans. They're extraordinary.